first lab is on data measurement. We'll be measuring and recording all of our lab data for this semester using the metric system. The metric system was designed in France in the 18th century. Before then, it was common for units of length, area, and weight to vary from one country to another, and even within the same country. Length can be measured in feet, miles, spans, cubits, hands, furlongs, palms, rods, or chains. The metric system brought order to the confusing system of weights and measurements then being used in Europe. In 1875, most industrialized countries signed the Treaty of the Meter, which formed the International Bureau of Weights and Measures. We now call this system the International System of Units. Although the U.S. uses this system for scientific measurements, most people still use the more complicated system that involves inches, feet, miles, cups, pints, quarts, ounces, and pounds. The United States, Burma, South Yemen, and Liberia are the only countries that do not routinely use the metric system. The meter is the standard unit of linear measure in the metric system. A meter is about equivalent to a yard. There are 100 centimeters in each meter, and if you were to measure something, for instance, the length of your finger, you would use the unit centimeters. Most cells are in the micrometer or micrometer range. A micrometer is not visible to the unaided human eye. To see an object much smaller, an electron microscope must be used. When measuring the weight of an object, the basic unit of measurement is the gram. A kilogram equals 1,000 grams. There are 0.454 kilograms to each pound. When measuring temperature using the metric system, the Celsius scale is used. The Celsius scale is based upon the properties of water. Water freezes at 0 degrees C and boils at 100 degrees C. Body temperature, or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, is about equal to 37 degrees C. Volume is a three-dimensional space. Volume is calculated by measuring the length times width times depth of an object. Liquid volume is measured in liters. A liter is about equal to a quart. This chart shows a relationship between the meter, liter, or gram and other metric units. A nanogram is 1/1000th of a gram. A milliliter is 1,000th of a liter. A kilometer is 1,000 meters. The metric ladder offers an easy way to convert from one metric unit to another. You may wish to print this slide out for future reference. For example, when converting from millimeters to meters, you are converting from a smaller unit to a larger unit, so you divide. Be sure to include all steps of the ladder as you convert. There is a conversion factor of 10 between milli and centi, and a conversion factor of 100 between centi and meter. 10 times 100 equals 1,000. You are moving up the ladder, so you would divide by 1,000. If you wish to convert from meters to micrometers, you are converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so you multiply. The conversion factor from meters to centi is 100, from centi to milli is 10, and from milli to micro is 1,000. 100 times 10 times 1,000 equals 1,000,000. You're going down the ladder, so you multiply by 1,000,000. Let's try some examples. This question involves going from a smaller value, meter, to a larger value, kilometer. Move the decimal place to the left. Divide by 1,000 and move the decimal place over 3 spaces. How many millimeters in 5 meters? This involves going from a larger unit, meters, to a smaller unit, millimeters. Even therefore move the decimal place 3 spaces to the right. How many liters are in 80 nanoliters? This involves going from a smaller unit, nanoliters, to a larger unit, liters. Refer to the metric ladder and see that you are moving the decimal place 9 places to the left. Let's try a few on your own. Measuring distance. Most objects that we'll encounter in biology will be measured in the millimeter to meter range. Please get out the metric unit that's included in your kit. When you look at the metric unit, you will notice that divisions are in centimeters. There are 10 millimeters in every centimeter. Now get out one of the test tubes that's included in your kit and measure the length of the test tubes in millimeters. Convert the length of the test tube into meters. Imagine a field is 100 meters long. If you ran a 5K race, how many meters is this equal to? And how many fields would this represent? In the lab, either an electronic scale or a triple beam balance is used to measure weight. Mass is a measurement of the amount of matter that an object contains and is expressed in grams. Technically, weight is the measurement of the gravitational pull on an object times the mass. We generally use the terms weight and mass interchangeably. A pair of dice would weigh about 10.2 grams. Convert this weight into milligrams. This chart shows a list of some common English to metric conversion factors. If a person weighs 90,000 grams, what would be their weight in kilogram? What would then be their weight in pounds? If your height is 69 inches, what will be the conversion to centimeters? You can round off your answer to the nearest centimeter. Take your answer from the previous question and let's convert it into meters. Is it possible for a person to be 3 meters tall? A bottle of water is 500 milliliters. Approximately how many cups of water does a person consume when they drink a water bottle? Here's a hint. 1 ounce is equal to 29.58 milliliters. Volume is a measurement of the three-dimensional space occupied by an object. It can be obtained by multiplying the length times the depth times the width. Volume is expressed as cubic centimeters, cc's or cm cubed, representing centimeter cubed. Obtain a die used in a common table game. Using your metric ruler, determine its volume. The legal limit for casino dice is between 19.05 millimeters and 19.80 millimeters in size. This is liquid between 1.91 and 1.98 centimeters. If we go with the value of 1.91, this shows the volume of the dye to be 6.968 centimeters cubed, also could be represented as cubic centimeters. This solid volume of 1 cubic centimeter cc is equal to the liquid volume of 1 milliliter. A person receives an injection of insulin, which is a drug used for diabetics. If the volume of the injection that's received is 1.25 cubic centimeters, how many milliliters would this equal? A graduated cylinder may also be used to measure the volume of an object or the volume of liquid. Fill your 50 ml graduated cylinder found inside your lab kit with water to the 20 milliliter mark. When measuring the water level, be sure to read the level at the meniscus. The meniscus is a curved line that the liquid makes in a narrow container. Measure the volume of a liquid by looking at the bottom of the meniscus, holding the container at eye level. Next, take your dye, drop it into the graduated cylinder, and measure the amount of water displaced. This is obtained by taking the new volume of the liquid and subtracting the original volume. This displacement principle is also known as Archimedes' principle, and this allows you to determine the volume of the dye that you measure. Be sure to measure the volume at the meniscus to ensure accuracy. For example, if the volume of water rose from 20 milliliters to 26 milliliters, the object would have a volume of 6 cc's, or 6 centimeters cubed. The volume may vary. The displacement method works best for irregularly shaped objects, where it is not possible to accurately measure the length, width, or depth. Record the volume of your object in the amount of milliliters displaced, and then convert that to cubic centimeters. This table shows the conversion factor between degrees Celsius and Fahrenheit. Take the two thermometers out of your lab kit and record the temperature of the following environments. To create ice water, simply mix some water and ice together in a small container. The results that you obtain may vary. Conduct the following calculations. Please try these sample questions before you begin your lab quiz. Please be sure to complete Lab Quiz 1.